Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm not leaving work. I'm not leaving work. I'm leaving the mall near my job. Something is weird with the camera. I don't know. But yeah, I'm leaving. Oh, is the sun coming out? Okay, that seems better. Yeah, so I'm leaving the mall. What I did is, well, let me tell you my plan. Now that I'm, feeling better and all, I said I want to do some deliveries right after work. Because just to add to my deliveries for the week, I'll do a couple deliveries after work. That's why I'm dressed. If you notice, I'm not in work clothes. I'm in play clothes or whatever. I'm in a t-shirt and sweats. So the plan this morning. Now, apparently, I didn't look at I thought I looked at the weather, but I didn't look closely at the weather. So my plan was to leave my job. I brought a change of clothes so that I could do some deliveries immediately after work. Because what I wore to work today was not delivery appropriate. I mean, I had on a skirt and it just was too, excuse me, it was too much. So I left work. And I was gonna, head out to do deliveries. But then this big gray cloud came over the city. And so right away I knew I had to pivot. And so I said, okay, if I can't do deliveries, plan B is I'm going to go to the mall. This mall is about 5 minutes from my job. And I'm going to walk. I'm going to get some steps in. And I'm just going to walk around the mall until the, until the rain passes through. Because I just thought it was a little pass through kind of a thing. Well, I left my job at maybe like 4:40 and went over to the mall. And as soon as I pulled in, major downpour. Major downpour. And where I parked, even though there was like a kind of not a full covering overhead, I was still going to get wet. I didn't have an umbrella in my car. I know I have one in the trunk. I think I have two in the trunk, but I didn't have one in my trunk. I mean, in the car with me. So, but I had my rain jacket. So, first thing I was like, okay, I'll just put on my rain jacket and run to the door. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to sit here for a minute and upload a YouTube video or, edit a video. Because I haven't been having time to do that. So I said, let me just do that real quick, while I wait for this rain to kind of pass over. And like I said, it was downpour. So I did that, which was great. So then what happened after that? So then, I hear the thunder starts, was it thunder or lightning? One of the two. And I don't play with that. I'm not going to sit in my car in no lightning, thunderstorm. I think it was lightning. Yeah, it was lightning. Because thunder is just, the noise. But lightning is lightning. And the thing that I was sitting under was like a metal. I'm not going to be sitting in no car with no metal like in a light when it's lightning out. I'm just not doing it. I mean, I'm just not doing it. So I was like, let me get my behind up and get out of this car and go into this mall. Because at this point, I don't want to get on the road while it's lightning. I just want to head on. I mean, I just want to get it in the mall. So I got in the mall. I walked a little bit around the mall, but then I was like, there was something I really needed from Macy's. So I went in Macy's. Like I really need. I went in Macy's and, you know, looked into that, and they didn't have what I needed. So okay. So then I came out of Macy's. Now it's 6:11, and like I told you, I left my job at 4:40. So I've been at the mall this whole time, and I mean, it was productive. I guess I did walk a little, you know, not much, but I could see how out of shape I am. I mean, an older woman just like passed me like, you know, I was a turtle or anyway, she passed me in the mall. And so anyway, so I was like, okay, I gotta excuse me, I gotta get more, you know, I gotta get more active. I gotta be more active, because clearly I'm out of shape. Even though lost weight and all of that, and just to do a, you know, update on my weight loss, I've lost some more weight recently, and it was actually because of the whole it was because of the whole constipation issue that I was having. I was feeling full, and I wasn't hungry, so I wasn't eating. Anyway, so I lost more weight. So now my weight loss is currently at 35 pounds. Give a pound, or, you know, that, you know, it'll fluctuate, of course, like every other day. It'll be, you know, but it's approximately 35 pounds, which I'm very happy with. Like, yeah, I'm very happy with. Why are you stopping so suddenly? So yeah, I mean, my clothes are just like this t-shirt I have on right now. I mean, I can't, obviously I can't show you the fullness of it, but my sister brought me this t-shirt. She had gone on a cruise, and she brought me this t-shirt back. And when I first wore it, it was tight. Like, I was like a stuffed sardine in this t-shirt. And, you know, I mean, it was a cute t-shirt, so I, you know, wore it a couple times, but it was not pretty. So, you know, I was going through my closet or drawer or wherever, and I was like, oh my God, let me try that on. I tried it on, and it fit like it should fit. You know, and then I had a skirt on that I wore to work today. I haven't worn that skirt in a couple of years, because last couple of times I put it on, it was super tight. And being super tight, it was fitting, like, I mean, it's a short, it's not a short skirt, but it was falling higher than I wanted it to fall. You know, what I felt was appropriate for me because of the extra weight. So anyway, but I wore it today, and I mean, it fit perfect. Like, that's the way it was supposed to fit when I first bought it, but it never fit. I never was able to really wear that skirt, and it looked like it did today. Anyway, so what was I saying? I left my job. The plan was, like I said, to do deliveries, but then plan B was to get some steps in. So then after that, I got, and I was like, it's like 6 o'clock. Like, I need to head on home. It's still gonna take me an hour to get home. So then I looked at the weather app, and it's still raining. It's gonna be raining all night. They still predicted some thunderstorms. Although I do see some, like, the sun is trying to peek out over there. But that's here in the area where I work. Anyway, and then so when there is absolutely no traffic on my route home, like from work to home, no traffic whatsoever, like, I guess middle of the day, it's a 45-minute ride with no traffic whatsoever. Every evening when I get on the road, it's an hour. It's an hour. In the mornings when I used to go early, it could be like, 50 minutes or something like that. But when it's traffic, it's an hour. So I just checked. I thought by now traffic cleared out and it's good, but it's still an hour. But I'm like, I can't wait around any longer, because it could take another hour for the traffic to really die down to get it at 45 minutes. I'm gonna head home, and I'll be home in an hour. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I also wanted to share, over the weekend I did deliveries, and I think I did a little video, a couple videos maybe over the weekend. I haven't had a chance to upload those. But I was proud of myself, and with this whole situation I got going on with the constipation, and that's no longer an issue. But and I'm no longer in the pain. It was causing me so much pain in my stomach that I couldn't do deliveries. I couldn't really, getting in and out of the car was hurting, like really hurting. So so I don't know how many deliveries I did altogether. I know I only did one Grubhub order, but I did several Uber Eats orders. I delivered several Uber Eats orders, and my total for the weekend was right around $100. Might have been right over $100, like $113? Yeah, because I did $13, $13.50 or something with Grubhub, and then these trucks are scaring me, because this one truck is like smoking from the top and the bottom. I know it's raining out here, but that's smoke. Yeah, so I did deliveries. That felt so good to do deliveries again. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy doing my food deliveries. Like, it's just, I'm in my own world. I'm my own boss. I don't have to answer to anybody, other than, people I'm delivering to. And I don't really, 9 times out of 10, it's a leave at the door, so I don't even have to see them. I don't even have to, interact with them. And then most of the time, the food is ready for pickup. Or if it's not ready, it's ready in a few minutes. So grab the food and you go. I didn't have any crazy situations this weekend that I can remember. Let me think. Just one little stupid little, I I was at Dunkin' Donuts picking up an order, and like, I always check the food if I can. You know, if I can, if they don't seal the bag, which they should, they know better. But if they don't seal the bag, I will check the food, because I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, you picking up these people food, they done paid good money for this food. Let's get the order right. I make sure if it says a drink, that's why it's telling me there's a drink involved, or there's, you know. So I double check the drink. And this particular order said it had, again, this is Dunkin' Donuts, so it had munchkins. It had, I think, 5 munchkins, and then it had you know, a bagel. It had a bagel and some munchkins. So I look in the bag, it had the drink, I saw the bagel, I didn't see the munchkins. Like, I would think the munchkins would be on the side next to the bagels. Well, they put the munchkins at the very bottom. So I look in the bag, I don't see the munchkins. I actually was at my car, you know. I go back in and I tell the guy, I don't see the munchkins in here. And he picks up the bag and says, there they are. And I was like, oh, okay, like, my bad, you know. But and we usually don't have traffic at this part of my ride. Not on this highway. This is not the traffic highway. But okay, it's raining, so you know. Anyway, so yeah, so wow, there's a lot of traffic here. Okay, let me just change lanes. But I gotta get over because I'm getting off at the next exit. But yeah, so that was it, with the little stupid munchkins, and the guy, and he gave me this stupid look like, duh, it's right here, you know. And I was just like, whatever. But I'm gonna make sure I check the order, because first of all, that's my tip on the line. And again, these people pay good money. Like, what would it take me? Take me a few extra seconds to just double check the order. You know, make sure that food is in there. That's what they're relying on. Oh, and then another thing that happened. Oh man, this truck. Now again, I gotta get off. Okay, thank you. He's letting me get over. Okay, let me get all the way over out of his way. The other thing that happened I don't know when the last time this happened, is I delivered an order, and I remember it was an apartment building. I mean, it wasn't like one of those crazy apartment buildings. It was just like a 3-level, you know, 3-story apartment building. And it was meet at the door, which I don't need to, because when somebody says meet at the door, I'm thinking they're gonna meet me at the front door, like downstairs at the front door. She meant meet her at her door upstairs on the 3rd floor. And if it's a 3-level apartment building, like if it's a what is it called, garden style apartment where there's three levels, the person who orders your Uber Eats or your food delivery always lives on the 3rd floor. They always live on the 3rd. Never the people on the 1st floor order. They always live on the 3rd floor, and it's always, you got to walk up the steps. Anyway, she put in the directions. She said, meet me at the door. You know, here's the code for the front door, and then, you know, bring it up to my floor, to my apartment, and I'll meet you at my door, basically. And so I'm like, okay. So I grab her food, and she had, you know, wasn't that she had a lot of food, but she had, I know what she had. She had, it was again, I had a lot of Dunkin' Donuts orders yesterday. It was Dunkin' Donuts, and it was 4 drinks. Like, you know, like ice coffee, you know, type of drinks, because they had the ice in it, and it was, you know, like a coffee looking drink. And so it's 4 of them, and they were a good size. They weren't like a small. They were all like, one was a large, one, you know, medium. Like, they were big. And one tip to anybody out there that's doing this, that's, you know, fairly new, these establishments, they will put 4 drinks on that little tray that they give you. Double that tray, or ask them to double that tray, because that tray will break. And especially if it gets wet or anything, it will break, and you will be there with these drinks on the floor. So I always grab it. I don't sit there and wait for them to offer me another one, or even ask them. I don't ask them nothing. If the trays are in my reach, I will grab another tray and double that tray up, because in some cases, because I had a bag in one hand and I had to carry the drinks in the other hand with that tray. So all that weight is on that little tray. So I doubled it up. But anyway, she had the drinks. And, okay. So I get to her apartment. I read the instructions. I'm like, okay, I see what I'm doing. So then I get I'm at the outside door. I'm getting ready to put in the code, and the door opens. And now it's a woman's name for the order. So the door opens, and a guy comes out. And so, you know, I don't think that that's him. That, you know, that's the person who ordered this, because it's a guy. So he says her name, and I was like, yes, you're here. You know, I was excited to see him, that I didn't have to go up these 3 flights of steps. So then, on top of that, this was the bonus part. He hands me a cash tip. A cash tip. Again, I haven't gotten a cash tip in a long time. I mean, I get tips all the time, but they're on the app. He gave me a cash. I mean, it was $3. It was $3, but I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. And I believe the order already had a tip on it, because, yeah, I know the order had a tip on it, because I wouldn't have took it if it was, you know, only a couple of dollars or whatever. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, you know, I wanted to say I haven't seen cash tips in a long time, but, you know, I didn't say any of that. I just was like, thank you, you know. Because sometimes you can just be too chatty with people, and they just look at you kind of crazy. But yeah, so that was my day on Sunday, yesterday. And again, I was just feeling so good, and I was just able to get back out and make some money. Like I said, I made about $100. And it just felt good. It felt like the old, you know, it felt like I was back in business again. So yeah, so that was my day yesterday. And then today at work, you know, today, I just told you what I did after work. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I mean, traffic, I guess it's okay. So far, so good. I mean, I'm gonna see in a few minutes, because this highway, you know, this last little road that I get on, that's where the traffic is usually backed up. So we gonna see. But anyway, have a great night. Don't forget to like the video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. God bless. Bye-bye.